Bill Jensen, it's been like 25 plus years. I don't know how much we've seen over the years at Squaw, but you have seen it all.
You know, Jerry, I probably have seen it all. It's been 25 years since the Squaw Valley Times first hit the streets, or the slopes, so to speak, and it's been quite a journey, quite a fun journey. And again, I have seen big winners, I've seen great winners, I've seen not so great winners. I'll tell you right now, what I'm seeing is probably the most anticipated and welcome start to winter in a long, long time.
December 15th, first day of the year at KT22 at Squaw.
It's been pretty sparse the last handful of years, and so to have the colder temperatures, the consistent storms tracking through, KT22 is opening today on December 15th, so that's pretty incredible. We've had years where it didn't open until the middle of February, and so to get KT on December 15th is great. I'm sure the energy out there in the middle part of the day out on the mountain is going to be tremendous.
But his dad was a story as a musician, and
yes, as I understand it, because that's a little bit before my time, but Huey Lewis's
something's
dad,
before your time?
Yeah, that's, believe it or not. Huey Lewis's dad was a drummer in a band, I believe, and he used to play right here in the old Olympic House. And I met Huey back in my marketing days, and he told me that story. And anyway, I remember Huey coming out skiing in blue jeans and his 49er jacket. Memorable because it was our first year. It almost was our last year because it was a terrible, terrible start to winter. I remember on Valentine's Day, our office was over at the Far East building, and people were riding around in the parking lot in shorts and whatever. It was about 60 degrees, and it was, you know, it was a doomsday winter. But that all changed in about 2 weeks later with the start of Snowfest. I remember that specifically well because the resort of Squaw Creek had just opened. We had the opening ceremonies there, and it started dumping snow, and it didn't stop until April. It was a true miracle March. It brought the season back, and again, that was the start of the Squaw Valley Times. That was our first year.
Squaw Valley USA. Okay, Scot Schmidt.
Scot Schmidt. I remember Scot Schmidt when he was a doorman at the old Bar 1. No one knew who he was, but boy, did that change when he started jumping off the Palisades. I was in the marketing department at the time and assisted the Warren Miller crew, and jaw-dropping stunts by that guy. And today he's still a legend. Always will be a legend. Always will be a legend. Got his start right there here at Squaw.
Well, actually, he got his start with his mom and dad, Jamie and Peggy Townsend, who worked at the Santa Cruz Sentinel, and Jamie was a football coach at Aptos High. That's the bloodline.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. So that's news to me.
Greg Stump.
Greg Stump. Well, Greg Stump, again, he kind of, his big movie, I believe, was called The Blizzard of Oz. That was his big breakthrough movie, and of course it was shot right here. I remember Greg Stump calling me up and telling me he wanted to do this and that, and I said, well, you know, I've got to get permission to, you know, because those are kind of extreme things. And he kind of scoffed at me and he goes, you know, you guys really have to get out of this line of thinking.
So many folks have come by here.
The things that they're doing today are just, you know, they're incredible.
Yeah, it's off the charts.
It's off the chart. And look at what J.T. Holmes just did off the Eiger. I mean, that has got to be the stunt of all time.
And there have been some odd stunts like, I don't know, Alex Cushing opening up Silverado when he had no permission to do so.
Well, you know, Alex was a big man. He took big footsteps and just he did things his own way. And I have nothing but good things to say about Alex Cushing. It was his idea to start the Squaw Valley Times. And he'd be very proud that we're still here 25 years later.
What about the Paulsons?
The Paulsons, well, the first family of Squaw Valley. I mean, God bless them. You know, you can't turn around here without seeing a Paulson. And, you know, the first home in Squaw Valley is now Graham's Restaurant. And so I drive by there all the time and have dinner at Graham's, and you see the Paulsons in there. And, of course, Sandy Paulson, she was the first lady of Squaw Valley, and we all still love her, miss her.
A lot of history. This is an iconic place.
It is. It is. A lot of character. It is rich with characters and history. I've actually worked here for about 13 years. I've been the general manager for about 4 years. And so I've there are lots of people out there in kind of the Lake Tahoe, Truckee, and Squaw Valley world that I've gotten to meet. There are plenty more that I want to get to know.
Tamara McKinney.
Tamara McKinney. Tamara is now a successful real estate broker right here in the village, and her daughter, Francesca, up-and-coming ski racer. We have a story about her in the current Squaw Valley Times, and just good to see her. You know, she's an integral part of the Squaw Valley, and forever will be. In fact, the Squaw Valley Times has been here for 25 years, but I'm equally as proud and equally as honored to be a part of Squaw Valley, which is truly a magical place. And it's more than just dynamic, incredible skiers and athletes. It's in almost every walk of life, every type of endeavor. From you look around Squaw Valley, you'll see an Olympian, you'll see a Warren Miller cameraman, you'll see photographers like Hank DeVries and Keoki Flagg. In the summer, we have the Squaw Valley community of writers. There's world-renowned artists here. This is just an epicenter of creativity.
A lot of history.
Again, I go back to the talent that just is all around us here, and it's not just talented athletes and skiers. I'm talking about, Chaco. He's a talented writer and photographer and a publisher like myself, and a good friend.
Don, it's the memories that we've had and the associations over the years, and the fact that we're still keeping on because we love this sport more than any other.
Skiing is a lifetime sport, and it is for me, and it is for most people, and again, you hit upon something there, Jerry. It's more than just the physical activity of going out and skiing and the beauty around us. It's the people. It's the people that make things magical.
But I think we're all, as a community, going to work really hard to ensure that the legacy and the history and the environment are well kept and stewarded into the future.
We'll see if you'll be interviewing me 25 years from now.